What's happening, guys? Happy New Year. Daithi coming to you here with a plan, my plan for raid in 2025. So I've been playing, not as long as some of you guys out there, but I've been playing for, wow, since the middle of COVID, the middle of lockdown, actually, when that magical, mystical, faraway place that was COVID. But I'm going in with a plan this year, and I think my account is at the level that I need to have certain things focused. Now, there's a progressive going on at the moment with a few really good champs: Harima, Wallmaster, Atorion, Death Knight, Uko. Corvus is actually quite good as well, but he's not a game changer. Taras is huge. Insensa is really good. Riho is really good, but I have her. And that will be the topic for another video, is identifying the champs that I want and will go for, and that'll be part of my plan, but also a separate video, because I want to actually sit down and identify people that will really change my account, not just ones that, like, oh, they'd be cool. Although there is an element of, oh, they'd be cool to the game. There's no point playing the game if you don't get excited for some of the champs. But I want them to be impactful. So, without turning into Ash here and waffling for too long, sorry Ash, not that you'll see this. Let's get on with my plan for 2025, and feel free to borrow or steal some of these ideas, because I think it's vitally important to go in having a view of what you're going to do. So, first things first, like I said, playing a long time, but my Great Hall is sadly lacking. So I've everything in the blue with a smattering in the gold, and I have to get 3 more up to 10 out of 10 for Ramantu. So yes, I want Ramantu, but it's more important to max these out. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in arena. So that is number 1 on my list, is lots of arena every day. Get as many of this done as possible, as quick as possible. Really want to focus that. Now, so tied into that and into the missions quite handily. So that is Arena, Great Hall, and get Ramantu, which this won't be any problem. This is the real blocker here, will be the Marius missions. So I'm kind of stuck on equip a champion with 6 impulse artifacts for quite a while. You can see I'm pretty close. I'm 12 away. This is a blocker. This can be a blocker, but I'll get over time with focused farming. None of these are really an issue. 40 live arena battles, you'll get that if you're doing it. This I have saved. I actually thought I had impulse saved as well, but I must have lost one somewhere. What happened there? Well, this won't be a problem. That won't be a problem because I have stuff saved for that. This will take time. Done. And then this will just be very, very simple. So really, I only have 3 missions there that are blocking me. So number 2 is get the Marius missions done and get Marius, because Marius is a game-changing champion for any account. So get them done. That's going to be focus number 2. Now, tied into that, and when we hit actually linked in with the gear mission, this gear mission, and the, where are we? I passed it, the 40 wins, 40 live arena battles, is get Quintus. So I don't have Quintus yet. I am in gold live arena, but I'm only at 2,822 points, and that's because I'm not consistent with the live arena battles. So farm up to Quintus, because I want to get that impulse gear. I want to get that zeal gear. Impulse maybe more so than anything else, but I also want to get the area bonuses up, especially for, not for anywhere else other than Hydra, really. The rest I don't need. Cursed City would probably make it easier in some of the soul what do you call it? We need to check now because that's going to wreck my head. Cursed Soul, Soul City, Soul Cross. I knew there was a C in there. So in the Soul Cross stage, those area bonuses will make a huge difference there. So I want to farm live arena a lot more. So I'm going to be kind of focused a lot on PvP this year. Between focusing on arena for the Great Hall, live arena for the area bonuses, and for the missions and for the gear, that's going to be a big focus for me this year. Now the next thing is I want to build up, no, wrong thing, I want to build up a stash of shards. So as you can see, I've zeroed out everything bar mystery shards, okay? So big focus for me is going to be building up to plus 200 voids, plus 20 sacreds, as many primals as I can, and waiting for the most opportune times to pull them. So for primals, that's going to be 2x mythical, or like we had at Christmas, 2x epic, mythical, and legendary. And that should be now my only time that I'm pulling them. And that's another reason why I want to farm more live arena, is I want to get a bigger stash of primal shards, because those mythicals are hugely important. Some of the most wanted champs. And again, that ties into my other video that I'll be doing for the champs that I will go for, that I'll make an extra effort for. Now, with that, I'm talking about building up a stash of these. Valentine's Duo is the next thing I want to be thinking about. It is only January, but Valentine's, actually I was thinking I had 3 months, guys. Where does the time go? When we're thinking about the duos, like, I mean, we have Ancora and Narses, we have Taras and Marichka, although I'm not sure Taras and Marichka were Valentine's. Where are we? Marichka and Taras, huge. We have Venus and Cupidus, not in the same league, but still extremely powerful when paired together. Cardial and Sissia. So definitely something I want to save towards is the Valentine's Duo. So I want to start getting everything I can in place for that fusion. I'm not going to look at trying to do anything in January for sure, and just save towards that, because it'll be rough. I don't know where in fact, I'm probably already failing it, because I don't know where I'll get anything for a guaranteed void Lego in that time. It may be impossible, so I may have already missed that boat, but look, I'll do what I can to get it. Now, tied into that as well, and saving for a specific fusion, I'm only going to do 4 to 6 fusions this year. So I don't think we need to be doing every fusion. Every second fusion is probably the way to go. And I think the big question to ask is, will this champion change my account in any, in any practical way? Will it make a difference? And I don't think 12 new fusions will. So I think 4 to 6 fusions get involved in during the year, and I think that's it. I think I maybe done 8 last year. I did skip a few in the latter end of the year, or maybe in the middle of the year. But yeah, I think it's vital to not do fusions strategically. Okay. Wow, why am I going see through there? Ah, it's my microphone. It's my microphone. There we go. So we have the fusions. Yeah, don't do them all. Basically, strategically, don't do fusions. Don't get involved in events and fusions for hype. Get involved when it's impactful. Okay, so we have at the moment the Winter's Path, which is actually over, so I can go in and pull some of my stuff there. but we have events and Titan events and stuff like that that a lot of resources can go into, and they can leave you strapped. Like, I mean, I done that. Will those two voids make a big difference on my account and the soul? They won't make a big difference on my account, but they are very impactful for other people. I went for them because she is unusual, and they'll be a decent duo. They'll probably go into tag, but if I was living by my 2025 plan, I probably wouldn't have gone for them. Probably wouldn't, because they wouldn't make a huge difference to my account, but we'll see. Now, the next thing to save for after the Valentine's duo is save for the next big Monster Hunter or Asgard Divide type release. Now, I know we have the Mad Hatter, Alice in Wonderland, all of that jazz is coming up now at the moment. I don't know if that's going to be a big release of that type. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I know it's going to be in the event dungeon. Nothing in place yet, but it will be shortly. So even at that, it's very easy when those limited time events come up to go absolutely bonkers trying to get all of the champions. So with Asgard Divide, we had Loki, we had Freya, we had Thor, and we had Odin. Loki I haven't even built out. Thor I use, Freya I use, and Odin I do use, so they were good. With the Monster Hunter guys, I don't use any of them. Despite them being decent champions, I don't use them. Fatalis is probably the one I use the most, and he's probably the worst by everybody's account. But I like him. I like to use him in Arena, even though he probably isn't that good. But Elatrion is quite good as well. They just don't see a lot of play on my account. So again, save for those events, but don't get involved. Don't feel you need to get all of them unless there's some synergy or unless they're going to be game changing on the account. Now, Rathalos, very good champion for lots of stuff. And even Zenogre, Blade Master, is very good as well. They're all decent champions, but there was a ton of resources in a short period of time going into that event, and it's hype a lot of the time gets us. So, speaking about events and champions and all that kind of thing, the next thing is more practical, and it's rolling all the gear to 8 at least. Okay, so if I'm pretty good up here, pretty good in all of these, and then we start getting down into where are we? Stones. Like, these probably need to be sold. Actually, they definitely do. Swift Parry not rolled up. We have Lethal, a lot of it not rolled up at all, and a ton of it there. We have Protection, a lot not rolled up. We have Stone Skin then. Look at the amount of Stone Skin I have here. And a lot of that isn't rolled even to 8. So everything on my account needs to be rolled to 8 or sold. Or rolled to 8 and sold. And then Instinct, a lot not rolled again. So a lot of this stuff definitely needs to be brought up to level. Is there a shield there? No. If there was a shield there, just in case I got some and didn't see it, all of it needs to be rolled up. No, it's not Zeal, it's Impulse I need, isn't it? Yeah, no, there's no shield. So, yeah. All of this needs to be rolled up. Now, the other side of that, rolling up all the gear into a usable framework, into a usable state, is equip all of my fully leveled champions. So, as you can see, I have Mezamel there. Nothing on her. I have Lazarius, only partially equipped. Carnage, only partially equipped. I have Mountain King, only partially equipped. Annie, nothing on at all. naked as the day she was born. So all of these guys need to be geared up, and I need to roll up my gear to do that. So they all need to be in decent builds as well, that they are usable, and that will bring up the power level of my account, which I don't really care about too much, but it will also free up space for more stuff to be geared. I have entirely too many champions either partially or not geared, and that's a lot of that could be because I'm doing my series of most powerful on my account, like most powerful spirit, most powerful void, all of that kind of thing. So there is a bit of, you know, robbing and stealing from that kind of thing, but everybody should be equipped, especially, like, I mean, if people 5-star ascended and maxed out and no gear on them and all that kind of thing, so definitely need to get on that. Everybody should be equipped. It'll free up space for more new gear as well and improve my account immensely. Now, with that in mind, is lock in specific teams in specific places. So no more robbing Peter to pay Paul and stuff like that. Have things locked in, and I'm pretty good with that. Like, we'll see here, this is my team locked in for Iron Twins. We have this Sand Devil one, we have this faster Sand Devil one, it's only 97%, whereas this is 100%. You know, we have normal Fire Knight, we've Spider 10 hard, Dragon hard 10. This, I don't know what this was, maybe that was for Odin. IG 10 we have locked in, don't know what this is either, that was playing about. That was maybe for a challenge, a specific. Yeah, was that Demon Spawn only? Fire Knight? I think it must have been. And then Fire Knight 10 hard, Shogun. So I'm pretty good with having things locked in, but what I actually want to do is lock the teams in with the least I can do. So not with the best gear, with the worst viable gear. Okay, so you want any farming teams you have in place that are like that, the pieces aren't interchangeable. You want them to be the minimum viable for that thing that you have 100% or as close to 100% as you can. You don't want your best gear on them. You want your best gear for other places and to be able to use on champions that are used in multiple places. So, like Newt, the Newts there are used multiple places. I need to rebuild them and maybe even take them out of some of those teams because they're in Fire Knight, they're built with very high accuracy. So sometimes that means that their crit damage is lacking. You know? And actually his accuracy isn't that high, so I must have been chopping and changing him with stuff as well. But his accuracy is high there, and his crit damage is high, so he's decent, but his defense is low then. So I need to balance out some of those things and make sure that lock in my champions for those farming teams and make sure go through in the dungeons in order of priority, lock in teams and free up my most powerful champions out of those teams altogether, that I can use them in areas where they're going to have a much greater impact and tailor them to those areas, like Chimera and like Hydra and Arena. So a lot of your favorite gear or your best gear should be going, and this ties in from this, is once you free up those slots, your best gear should be going for Arena, for your Arena teams, for your, not for your clan, Demon Lord clan boss should be just on lockdown with the absolute worst gear you can make work. For your Hydra teams and for your Chimera teams, and that's where you should be focusing. And then, like I say, the next thing for me to do after that is decide which actual champs are going to be my focus for 2025, So obviously there's going to be new ones, but also which champions, if progressive or if 10x or whatever comes up, that it's a case of, right, these are my go-to, these are the ones I need, these are the ones I want on the account. So actually probably 2 are up at the moment, Harima and Wallmaster Artorian, and I'm in a position where it does not matter because I have absolutely no shards. So 2 of my most wanted, and that would actually make a difference to me, can't go for them, so I don't want to be in that position. So I have to identify those champions and save and not spend any shards or anything like that until those opportunities come up. So those are all of my points for 2025. That's my plan for 2025. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that's a load of nonsense, or if you think that is a good idea to be going in with a plan. But that's me. That's Daithiraids in 21 minutes and 5 seconds. Signing out. Take care. Good luck and Happy New Year, guys. Bye bye.